Prologue Go Wayback is a punishing single-player survival game from the creators of PUBG. Set in a massive procedurally generated 64 square kilometer wilderness, this game drops you into the wild with just a compass, a map, and your survival wits. Every playthrough is a challenge. There's no minimap, harsh weather instead of hand-holding, and survival demands real-time thinking and strategy. Want to start a fire? You'll need to build it physically from tinder and kindling, then spark it to see it go up in flames. And the beautiful part, almost every object and item in the game is fully interactable, be it a stick, a poster, a window shutter, or even a stovetop. Use it all to survive and thrive. So if you're up for a survival experience that's unforgiving, unpredictable, and built for long-term evolution, strap yourself in and let's give this playtest a go. Welcome to Prologue Go Wayback. It's crazy, I only learned about this game's existence like 2 or 3 hours ago when I was waking up, and here I am playing a demo of it. So far, the controls seem very nice and fluid. The graphics are actually impressive. Everything was fairly real and very well done. But the main thing that really got me hooked on trying this game out is the fact that essentially you should be able to affect and use everything and anything in the game world. So if you see a flashlight, a coat, or whatever, use everything and anything in the world. And the only thing that you actually need to do in the game, it only has one goal. It's to get you to the weather tower, if I'm not mistaken. And every player's story is going to be different, because you get spawned in an absolutely fresh world, basically like in Minecraft. So I'm very interested to kind of play around with this and just give it a test. Keep in mind this is a demo, a very early access demo, so there's bound to be some bugs and errors. So far everything looks really good. Let's look around and see what we can find. Okay, so E for interacting with objects. Flashlight, I think that's gonna come in handy. Oh, okay, so it's R to drop items, E to pick them up. There's a knife. I think that's going to be very useful to have. As you can see right there, like in the pile of sticks, there's a bit of wood. And I saw this in the trailer, I think, where you actually need to aim the sparks to light a fire like this, basically like in the real world. And then there you go, you have a fire. How cool is that? And of course, since it's a survival game, there's going to be temperature differences. You need to keep yourself warm. I can drop the stool in there, and eventually it's going to catch fire and actually burn. Honestly, this game kind of reminds me of a different survival game I played some years in the past. I think it was called The Long Dark. And in that game, you could also survive and do a lot of these things that here, but you couldn't really interact with everything in the world. But here you can. Oh, this is pretty cool. So if you click H, it actually brings up this helpful tooltip. So you can stack items by clicking F. You can use E to pick up and interact with things. Also, at the very top of the right corner, you can see a few different bars there. So 2 of them are for food and water needs, because you do need to work on that and survive, as well as keep yourself in the comfortable temperature range as well. So anyway, let's head out to the world and explore. We actually got stuck in the mud. So weather and environmental things are a big deal, and you can climb on top of this stuff as well. I don't really know too much about the game itself. I don't know if there's any wolves or bears in the game yet, but I assume that eventually there will be. If there's not, all I know is that you have one goal, is just basically get to the weather tower and survive while doing it. Oh, look, there's another house over there. Okay, so that is definitely a mushroom, and I don't know much about mushrooms, but pretty sure those are not gonna be good to eat. Oh my god, is the map actually this huge? Can I actually go there? One thing I'm noticing that I really don't like is the fact that the item is in the hotbar that you can see down here on the bottom don't consistently stay visible. So I keep having to click to get them to pop up. I'm not sure if that's intended to be that way, but I don't like it. I prefer to see what I already have. And one other thing is that I don't particularly like that I only have 4 slots. This is the hotbar, so you select what you want to put into it. You have clothing and all that kind of good stuff. That's good. Inventory system similar to what you'd see in PUBG, which makes sense. The game developer is the same. Oh, so I actually have a map. I'm here and I need to go towards a river. Oh shit, so it's very far away. You can definitely tell there's PUBG elements in this game as well. I don't want to go here, and it's starting to get dark. Oh shit. What am I gonna do at night? It's getting really fucking dark, really fucking fast. Okay, I'm gonna try to climb, and I got stuck. Well, I'm stuck, and I think I'm just gonna test if we have any fall damage. Alright, so it seems like you can jump off and you get the effects of taking damage, but you don't really take any damage. I don't see any health bars or broken bones or something, so yeah, that was fine. I don't really see any HP bar or whatever, so maybe that's not in the game just yet. One thing I'm wondering is if I can actually chop the trees or not. I do keep feeling a little bit creeped out, like something's watching me. And I'm not sure if there's anything in the game to actually do that. So that looks like the cabin from the map. Let's go and take a look. Hello? Don't kill me, please. So the dude is actually shivering and causing all kinds of noises now. I might have overdone it a little bit with the fire. So by the looks of this, it looks like the map is showing me different areas where there's houses or lodges or something. And there's literally nothing else to really lead you on. You have a compass, you have this map, but you need to look around for environmental landmarks like rivers, hills, stuff like that. Okay, so this is one issue that I'm already noticing about the game. It has like a spotlight on the character itself. I'm not using any light sources right now. And it's so bright, it's actually blending out the actual compass, so it's very hard to understand where is east and where is west. So small little update, the rain has been pouring for the last like 20 or 30 real world minutes. It's not getting any weaker, and I'm starting to starve and get thirsty. I don't want to go outside because it's fucking hell out there, and here at least it's warm. I found a few things I can burn. One other thing I'm noticing is you can see the roof tiles are kind of like moving around. I'm not sure if you can pick that up. And I'm not sure if that's like a graphical issue or if that's from just the storm wind. Either way, goddamn. I wish there was a sleep mechanic. So you could just sleep over, like if you have a storm like this going on and you don't want to just walk around without a purpose, you could just sleep it off. Okay, so I died of dehydration. Not too bad for the first try. I have no idea what I'm doing, so, you know, expected as much. I didn't have any water around. Let's try again, see if I can get further this time. Now it's my second playthrough. I can see the map is completely different. I need to go southeast now. So I actually have a plan this time. I'm going to be going east till I hit the river. There's also 2 houses there I see, so I can resupply. I'm gonna hit the river, and then I'm gonna follow the river southwards, and it's gonna lead me basically directly to where I need to go, essentially going right where I need it. So that's my plan. Let's see how well I can actually get this done. I do still wonder if there's any kind of monsters or bears or whatever out there. I definitely heard squirrels, but I didn't really see them. Okay, so I found one more cabin. So all of these cabins look basically the same with slight differences. I really hope that for the full release of the game, they're gonna, I don't know, update them or have some more variety. I'm honestly impressed how good this looks, and I'm probably gonna die of freezing. I'm starting to think that I might have overshot a little bit, because I hit a house and then I didn't hit another one. It would make it so much easier if I could just find the damn river, but there was nothing even resembling one. I think I'm gonna go south and hope for the best. Oh man, it's a snowstorm. I need to find some shelter fast. Just look at how realistic this is. This place might make a good enough shelter, I think. We need a fire fast or we're gonna just die to the cold. And there's a glitch here. I can kind of clip through the wall. We're getting warmer, but we're getting warmer painfully slow. I'm gonna run out quickly and get some more wood. Fuck, there was a house here? I didn't even see that thing before. Problem is, I'll need some water fairly soon. I have no clue how I'm gonna get that. It's the river! Hell yeah! So I was heading the right way after all. Wait, we need to find a way to get closer to the river. There's a little shack over there, so maybe there's gonna be something I can use. Or we're just gonna die. Yep, we just died. So my plan was right, but I just died of dehydration. Again. I think the game needs to have some more balancing towards the water and dehydration part. It's very hard to find anything. Even if there's like, even to find a source of water, it's very hard. And by the time you find it, how do I put it, there's not really a way to really get any of the water, at least from what I can see. So that's a bit of a pain. Okay, so this is gonna be my 3rd playthrough. I'm gonna do the same as I did before, essentially. I need to go south to the river and then east. Maybe this time I won't die of water loss, simply because I have water next to me. A little bit of environmental glitching here. The lava is just basically floating in midair. But it's expected, I'd say. So one feature this game could really use in the future releases is being able to mark out on the map like where you actually are, or if you see like a landmark or something. I think it would help out quite a lot if you could just, if you found a pen or something, just kind of mark out where you've actually walked to. I think this would really help out. I mean, if I was in a survival situation, I'd be doing that myself instead of just knowing where I started and what I need to go. Actually, a pretty good time to maybe even get a drink. So it looks like there's no real way to kind of fill up the bottle, or at least I can't find the way to do it. So I got pitch black outside and I found this little shack. So I'm basically using it as a shelter right now. Yep, looks like I'm just drinking from the pond directly and there's no negative effects from that, so good to know. So this random blizzard came out of absolutely nowhere and I'm not sure if I'm gonna survive this. And that's it for my third playthrough, so this time I died from hypothermia, and I do have some thoughts about the game which I'll cover in my pros and cons later on. But in general, I think the game has a lot of potential if it keeps being developed. For now, it's just a little bit too rough around the edges for my sake. It's basically a glorified walking simulator with some survival mechanics attached, and even those aren't too fleshed out, I would say. So I think I'm gonna share my thoughts of what I think right now, and then hopefully the developers will keep working on it and we'll be able to review it properly a bit later on in the year or whenever it goes out. So without further ado, let's jump right into the pros and cons. Starting off with the pros. The world of Prologue Go Wayback, even in its playtest version, is incredibly well done and incorporates the most realistic weather systems I've ever experienced. One moment you could be enjoying a stroll through the fields, and the next you hear thunder in the background, almost like God himself hates you for being here. And if you get wet, well, good luck with starting a fire or not freezing to death, because all that adds up really fast and you'll most likely die shivering and alone. That being said, you can also interact with essentially everything and anything in the world, picking wild plants, using matches for fire, cooking on a stove, and breaking chairs with a hammer for more wood. You can do it all and it surprisingly works really well. I'd even be open to saying this game makes you feel like you're spending a day as Survivor Man, one of my all-time favorite survivalists out there. Considering that this is just a playtest, there's already quite a few things for you to experience. For example, working with huge temperature changes, hunger, thirst, how wet you are and how wet the stuff in your pockets is, what food is rotten, what you can cook for better calorie counts, and so on. And lastly, the devs are working closely with their community on Discord, and now in this playtest publicly, which in my eyes is always a win, as it shows the developers care for what they're actually working on. And now for the cons. As it is expected, there's various glitches, bugs, visual errors, and random places where you get stuck or clipped through the environment. If you plan on giving this a shot, be prepared to have this stuff happen, because I guarantee that it will. The second and final con for the game is that it's basically a walking simulator, with some additional survival mechanics attached. Nothing deeper, not even any animals to be found as far as I know. Apart from these pros and cons, I don't really want to mention anything else, as this is a super early demo that's light years away from being a complete experience, and listing out a ton of cons wouldn't make much sense. I'll wait for an alpha build or maybe even the full release to properly play it and share my thoughts with you guys. But that's it for the video. What are your personal thoughts on this playtest of Prologue Go Wayback, and are you planning to give it a shot yourself? Are there any features you'd wanted to incorporate further in its development? Feel free to drop your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, likes are appreciated and social media is down below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.